Alyssa's brother also told the Daily Beast he was very antisocial. So am I. And has been paranoid since high school. So have I. He described him as mentally ill. Yes, let's pawn it on mental illness. You know, there's a lot of paranoid people who got bullied and shit that don't shoot up school. It's really, the news is, guys on Twitter, I don't know if you know, I didn't show the clips because I don't have 19 people like Tucker does, but all the media, CNN, all those, especially CNN, before they even knew, they were like, the shooter was a white man. They show him walking in the parking lot. That's the first thing they mention as the race, you know? What happens when it's a Muslim that shoots up? And remember, don't paint with a broad brush. Let's not leap to the minute that fucking happens. CNN's out there with it. It's the most false narrative, and it's done more damage to this country than anything else. This guy, David Hoffman on Twitter, I said, David, you're as ignorant as the people who give you your news at CNN. As Twitchy reported earlier, Caleb Hull put together a massive list of hot takes from Twitter blue checks on the identity of the Boulder, Colorado mass shooter. It's always an angry white man, always, read one tweet, which doesn't square with the news that the shooter was an immigrant from Syria named Ahmad Al-Awi Alissa. I'll bet anyone my salary right now the shooter's Boulder is a right-wing MAGA white male. Wrong, fuckface. This was after he got shit, right? People certainly get angry when you bring up the most mass shooters in America are white men, but the statistics show that they are. Would have lost my salary on this bet, but most times it's a safe bet that terrorists in America are white male. How fucking dumb are you, David? How fucking stupid are you? Do you know what defines a mass shooting? More than 4 victims. You know that goes on in Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, almost every weekend. So, you know, if you want to factor that in, but I know that's not important, you know? And people get angry when I point that out, and they get angry that I point out black people commit a disproportionate amount of crime. It's all on the FBI website if you want to go look at that, David, and wake the fuck up. Just what do you do? Just sit there and jerk off to Rachel Maddow every night? You're what's wrong with the country, the most misinformed idiot, and you're misinformed by the media, yet you continue to soak it up. Let's take a look at the psychos tweets. Once again, the FBI had this guy on their radar, which is making me angry. Oh, here's one from the shooter. Trump's such a dick. Was that from him, or was that from Adam Schiff? Or was that from AOC? Or was that from Pelosi? Should I go on? Or Wolf Blitzer? Trump is such a dick. What else? He had inherited a growing economy and the unemployment rate was low. The economy was on an upward spiral. He won because of racism. Oh, I'm sorry. Now you're stealing Don Lemon's material. This guy who was supposed to be white and MAGA turned out to be fucking devout Muslim, by the way. That was on his Facebook profile before it was taken down. Shooter was a Trump hater. Plain and simple. Syrian-born gunman Ahmad Alissa, 21, was known to the FBI. His motive is still not known. Oh, it isn't? Let me help you. Let me fill it in. He watched the media and got radicalized. He doesn't have to go on ISIS website, by the way. And do you know a close source? What's her name? Laura Loomer, maybe? A close source of hers says that he said he did it for ISIS. So we don't know. We can't confirm it. But we know what his motive is. In Facebook posts over the last 18 months, he complained that he didn't have a girlfriend and that he hated Trump. Maybe it's because of that winning personality. Alyssa's brother also told the Daily Beast he was very antisocial. So am I. And has been paranoid since high school. So have I. He described him as mentally ill. Yes, let's pawn it on mental illness. You know, there's a lot of paranoid people who got bullied and shit that don't shoot up school. President Biden on Tuesday called for, guess what? Nationwide ban on assault rifles and tighter laws on background checks. Boy, is he a fucking hack as a politician. My God. Oh, fucking idiot. You know how many AR-15s are in the country and NRA members that have them and have never murdered anyone? Do you know people stabbed to death 5 times more than people die by AR-15s. That's an actual statistic. So good luck at cutting your steak with a fucking spoon. Anyways, let's take a look at the victims. They all had something in common, and guess what? They were all white. And boy, I didn't hear anybody mention that on any news, even the one I like. All 10 Boulder, Colorado victims were white. It's time, somebody wrote this, and thank God they did. It's time to end anti-white race hate. It's probably on Breitbart, I can't remember. The following 10 people, and I'm gonna go over each one real quick, just because they deserve, it deserves to be pointed out that, you know, the following 10 people perished in the recent shooting in Boulder, Colorado, carried out by Ahmad Alis. All of them appear to be white, but neither the media nor politicians have bothered to resurrect their anti-race hate campaign that ensues when Black Lives Matter riot or when Asians are murdered in Atlanta. You notice? But these are white people. Fuck
Can
it.
you stay categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
The victims include grocery store workers, local college graduates, Medicare agents, a police officer, and an Orthodox Christian. It didn't include a black guy who did black porn and who had been arrested several times and was on drugs. You know, these people are actually working people, and an Orthodox Christian. Today, the National Pulse calls on the political left and their media counterparts to stop the racial hatred they continue to perpetuate against white people. This should have been said, and I'm not shitting you, 25, 30 years ago. This should have been we would be in such a better place if somebody pushed back then. This will get lost in the hate, by the way, perpetuated against white people, which doubtlessly led to these murders in Colorado, which I agree with 1,000%. Mainstream media, NBC, ABC, CBS, all you got blood on your hands. So rest in peace, all of you, and fuck you to the media who barely covers it. Hey guys, I want to thank you for watching the show, and I want to encourage you to keep contributing to keep this show and free speech free for everyone, whether they want to hear it or not. Click on this video or the link on the screen to make a contribution of any amount. I'll read your name on the show, but more importantly, you'll truly be supporting a great cause without Big Brother taking their cut or limiting the message. Thank you guys so much.